Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra Mattison, and today we're going to be discussing the behind the scenes for Logan and the Fox. Okay, so Logan was born in 2015, and I've discussed this before where ever since he was born, I really wanted to write a children's book for him, but I never knew how I was going to go about this until I wrote Russell and the Whale, and then it just all kind of flowed and came together, and yeah, I was able to write this book and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And even though this is the third book that I wrote, it was the first book that I illustrated. So I started illustrating the book in January of this year, 2021, and it took me a while to figure out how to draw it just because I've never drawn characters before. Like cartoons and stuff. Like I've never drawn stuff like that, and so it was a little bit difficult for me. And but once I came up with the character and figured out how I was going to do it, you'll see in the drawings, then it all started flowing and was a little bit easier for me. Just by the way, if you hear any noises, my upstairs neighbor, I think they're moving out, so I really do apologize for that. But yeah, so okay, Logan. Oh my word. So I had written and illustrated this book, and then my cousin started talking to us about what he's learning in school, because he's over in the UK. So we all went to school in South Africa, so it's a little bit different. And she was telling us about how he was learning about foxes, and whenever they're on a walk in their neighborhood or in nature, if he sees a fox, he would stick his hands into his pockets, and it's just so cute. And I was like, wow, okay, this book definitely is for him. Like it just lined up. It's so weird how sometimes these things kind of happen, right? And yeah, so I'm really glad that I wrote this book for him with regards to the foxes. And then Open Cages, I found this amazing cause in the UK, and I specifically like the fact that it's in the UK because that's where he is. And they are doing amazing work. They have a couple of campaigns that they're busy working on. One being to end the fur farming industry, or end fur farming in general. Sorry, and they currently have the hashtag fur free Britain. Guys, sorry, fur free Britain. And check out their website, see how you can participate or help them if you are able to. And then the other campaign is with regards to the animal cruelty at Franken Chickens. So they do a lot of work to expose animal cruelty in the farming industry. And that's amazing. Like, I completely love that. What they're doing is, as I've said before, amazing. And as consumers, we can help and support these causes with the work that they are doing through how we purchase. Support the brands, support the causes that are working towards eliminating animal cruelty. Yeah, so definitely check out their website. I'll put everything in the main menu. And yeah, let's kick off. So you will see that I didn't use the same medium as you have seen before. And this is just because, like I said, I was figuring out what I was going to do. So I thought initially I was going to do watercolor and all of that. And then I realized, like, after thinking about this, I really did think about this a lot. Not just because I was procrastinating, but also because for me, there's so many layers of meaning to what I am doing with these books, with regards to how I'm illustrating, which causes I'm supporting, all of that. There's so many layers. It's like an onion, guys. Yeah, proportions, right? Let's see. I tried to use my hand because I wanted to use Logan, like I wanted my cousin to actually outline his hand at the time, but I wanted to keep it a secret, so it was just yeah, a little bit of a catch-22. So I just used my own hand, and like I was saying with the deeper meaning, so I eventually, this is when I decided, okay, firstly it kind of picked it for me, like I can't draw people. Okay, so that kind of, yeah, so that's when I figured out I couldn't draw them, when I started drawing this book, or illustrating for this book. And then this is also when I decided to only illustrate in black and white. I've done a couple of videos talking about this, like the introductions to my books. I'll put the links above, so definitely go check them out, because there's, as I said, there's a deeper meaning behind all of this. So, okay, the fox character. So my first character is so cute. I love him. And shame he's got the snare around his paw. And then Logan breaking him free. And like I said, angles, guys. I had to figure out what I wanted to do, but I just thought, oh, little tummy. But then I decided, no, I was going to stick to my original design, because I like that. The fur, I couldn't figure out how to draw the fur either, guys, but then eventually did. It was none of these. And stop animal cruelty. Oh, leading him out of the forest. So obviously after, once I'd realized I wanted to do everything in black and white only, I switched over to sketching in my sketchbook. But like I said, it took me this book to figure that all out. And then back to what you're used to seeing from me. So the forest, like when you start entering the forest. So I have all of these back to front now, because of course I would do that to myself. And then, yeah, you see, and then the gloves are completely different. Like, yeah, ladybug. And obviously I was drawing, when I could, 2 images per page just to save paper. Down by the river. And the horrible thing about snares, guys, is that they don't just catch around their paws. Sometimes it's around their necks, sometimes it's around their bodies, and it's really, really cruel. And a lot of the animals aren't found in time. Luckily, this little guy was found by Logan and was saved. What I also love about this book is that it touches on quite a few, 3 specific things really, or topics with regards to animals and animal cruelty, and that being the fur farming industry, like we've talked about, and snaring and animal cruelty. You know, these topics are so important to talk about, because they need to end. There's no longer need for these sorts of practices anymore. and all the adventures they then go on as friends. I love that. I love that. Okay, so the dedication. Let's end it off there. I dedicate this book to the beautiful and kind soul that is my nephew, Logan Malipard. Thank you for showing me the world through your eyes. I want to make this world a better place for you. I really do want to make this world a better place for him and for all the other children in this world, and for the next generations to come. I also want to make this world, if possible, better for animals, for all animals. We have such power as the consumers to support these causes that are working towards ending animal cruelty in all its forms. And if you can, if you're able to, please do support cruelty-free. So thank you guys. Thank you for listening to me today and the behind the scenes of Logan and the Fox. Goodbye.